Well, I think professional historians are, qualified and accredited to do a wide range of histories. So oral histories are great because you can capture people's stories in the way that they want to tell them. So it's without interpretation, and you can use those voices in the histories that we produce, which I think is wonderful.
It certainly gives that feeling of immediacy and someone who was there. But are there issues with people's memories changing, or perhaps them just giving a particular perspective that they want to be represented?
Absolutely. I mean, I think like any of us, when you feel nervous about being interviewed, you might practice what you're going to say. So sometimes we find that our narrators are telling a story that they've practiced, and we try and ask some of those questions that might change the narrative and help them look at it in a different way. I think also when stories are being told in the public arena and
Range Rover,
sometimes it's hard if your version of the story is a little different. So we try and make the spaces that we can. So when people are telling their stories, their histories,
Range Rover Evo,
really broadly.
Okay, so if there's a story or an event that's widely understood publicly, but there's a missing element of it that someone happens to have a perspective on, you can say, if it's okay, you can tell us.
That's right, yeah. And sometimes it's just that one question that's the breakthrough and makes them look at their experience in a different way. And there's lots of examples of that where the broader public memory has influenced our own private memory.
Is there one that you can think of?
I'm remembering one actually from back when I was at uni, and it was about the idea of travelling to Australia, the 10-pound pom, and her experience of travelling to Australia and saying I was, adventure, it was all about adventure, but it was a question from the interviewer that actually enabled her to look at perhaps she wasn't so happy in her life in England, and that this was a change she was breaking with her history there.
And how accurate are oral histories compared to other histories? I mean, does all history have an element of subjectivity, or are there more or less accurate versions?
Well, I mean, I think we've all got our own truths. So the job of the historian is to bring all of those stories together and try to give us, the best we can do to tell that story. And it's listening to all the voices, like Kate was saying, where you're listening to the official record, to people's oral histories, to all sorts of things to bring it together.
Yeah. And history is a creative pursuit. It's by